Okay. Alright, so in this video, it's been 3.5 weeks since I've been let go from my last software engineering job, and as a recap, I'm saying goodbye to software engineering and just going to the next thing. And if you couldn't tell from the thumbnail, I've decided out of all the things that I could have possibly decided to do, I'm going to pursue YouTube and I'm going to try to make a serious effort and see where this takes me. And in this video, I want to talk about my main motivation as to why I'm choosing this activity, address whether this is a stupid decision or not, and objectively speaking, yes, this is a pretty dumb decision, conventionally and practically, but hopefully I'll be able to convey and outline why, for my personal situation, this might not be a dumb decision. This hopefully could be the best decision I've ever made in my life. And then just kind of go from there. So without further ado, let's just go into it. So like I said, I went outside, I went and touched some grass, I meditated, and I decided to do YouTube. And my main motivation for doing this is I am not looking for my next thing a simple 9 to 5. I want to do something that has a little bit more fulfillment. I think that's something that I've learned that's very important to me. And out of all the things that I've tried in the past, I've done, Airbnb, renting, I've done Udemy courses, I've done financial newsletters, I've done a whole different things. And I think out of all the things I can choose, I think YouTube might be the thing that not only fulfills a lot of my interests, where I can lean with a lot of my strengths, but also has a really big upside potential if I can make this succeed. A lot of you guys in the comments had some really good ideas of what I could possibly move into. Some suggested project manager, tech sales, sales engineering, solutions engineering, consulting, leveraging my tech skills to tutor, etc., etc. And those are great options. And I agree. I've thought about all those things before. And I think that my strengths could lend very well to doing that. But I've decided that I'm going to be a little bit more adventurous. And I think that's just going to be my backup plan. I can always go back to a traditional 9 to 5. I can always apply. I have no doubt I can apply myself to go into sales, go and be a project manager, etc., etc. But I want to do something that lets me operate on all cylinders. Software engineering never let me do that. Never let me did that. I always felt that it wasn't congruent with who I was, and I think there's a good chance that this could be a pretty good endeavor to go to, and we'll see where it leads. So, that's my motivation. I can't think of any motivation greater than trying to, be fulfilled and to do something adventurous and to really, really go after life. That's just me personally. But even with the strongest motivation in the world, what we still have to address is this a dumb decision? And yes, it is. This is dumb. People who get laid off, fired, canned, don't decide to do YouTube as a next thing. I might as well have just said I was going to launch my rap career or play the lottery every day until I win the Mega Millions. They could equally have good chances of doing that. But I don't necessarily think this is a dumb decision for me personally for two reasons. My past experience and my current situation. So my past experience, I touched about this a little bit before in my last video, but in 2014, I went to a coding boot camp called Launch Academy over in Boston. And about me at that particular time frame was I had graduated from college, didn't know what to do, and I just really squandered my studies over at Emory. I went to Emory University in Atlanta, Georgia. And basically my college years, I just didn't take my studies seriously. I drank a lot, partied a lot, and I did that for a long periods of time. And so when I came out of college, I literally shot myself in the foot. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't pursue psychology, which is what I majored in, just because literally it was the easiest thing to major at the time. And I mean, I was literally screwed. And so when I decided to do the coding bootcamp, which if you remember back in 2014, this was just popping up. This was an untested concept where it wasn't guaranteed you'd get a job. And so I remember telling people around me that I was going to do that. And they basically just kind of wrote me off and basically thought I was a complete imbecile for doing that. I mean, think about it. How could you be a software engineer without a proper computer science degree or with experience? It's just ludicrous. It's just, a lot of people thought it's not going to happen. You're dumb. My roommate at the time thought, I mean, he didn't say it, but I mean, he literally thought I was an idiot for doing this because it was a lot of money. I had to move to Boston. And it was just untested. I was the third cohort, and we didn't know if this was going to work, so it was scary. But I did it anyways. I applied myself. I just learned the material as best as I could, and then through trial and error and effort and constant studying and applying, I got my first job, and the rest was history. I don't regret doing that, but that basically showed me that whatever I choose to do, I can make it work. And I'm gonna do the best that I can to make it work with this. And I think if I applied all those lessons that I learned then, I could be decent at this. And then the next thing is my current situation. So I am, at the time of this video, 34. I am single. I don't have a wife, don't have a girlfriend. Hell, I'm not even seeing anybody going on dates. Don't have no kids. No pets, no sick parents to take care of, no significant financial obligations aside from paying off some minor debt, which I could do that today if I wanted to. So basically, I have all the time in the world, and I have a significant runway of savings to try to make something happen. And I think through the lens of positivity, this can't be any more ideal to try something crazy like this, because who knows if I'll have this again. Maybe next time I might have a wife and kids, or I might be in debt, or I might be sick. It's just now couldn't be any more perfect. And so I've decided that I'm going to capitalize on this and use the money that I saved from software engineering, from managing my money, personal finance, and use the time that I have to really just put my nose to the grindstone and make this work. So that's why I don't think that this is necessarily a dumb decision for me. And then finally, I just want to touch on this book that I read that really kind of spurred this on. Was I'll make this very short, but there's this book called The Alchemist by Paulo Coehlo, and basically it details a story of Santiago, a Spanish boy who's a shepherd, and he meets an old king, and basically the book covers his journey to meeting this old king, to fulfilling his personal legend of going to Egypt to see the pyramids. It's a great book. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. But basically, the book deals with fulfillment, purpose, chasing your personal legend. And that's something that I want to do. That is something that I really want to pursue, because in my mind, if you try to do something like that and be honest with yourself and really come from a place of 100%, honesty and passion, I can't see any downside to this. I mean, only time will tell, but that's been kind of my impetus to get this started, because you never know. I want to utilize this time to do that, and I've made peace with it. And then some of you guys might be thinking, what if things go wrong? Well, let me put it to you this way. There are certain things I can't control. The YouTube algorithm, deplatforming, getting canceled, even if the videos take off, even if I get any traction at all. But let me ask you this. Can you control the tech industry? Can you control the pace of artificial intelligence and its advancement? Can you control the hiring process? Can you control tech layoffs? Can you control any of that? No. So I would wager and argue that what I'm doing now is probably the smart decision in the long run. I think, if both things are equal, you can't control them both, but I can control, what I produce, how hard I work, et cetera, et cetera. I would choose that any day of the week. I just really don't want to be subject to 9 to 5, to other people's whims. And yeah, I'm not going to do it anymore. And yeah, I've made peace with it. I may not make as much money as I did as a software engineer. I might make more. Who knows? I can always go back to it. So that's pretty much my thoughts on it, and that's what I'm going to do. And yeah, before concluding this video, I just want to say to the people that watched my first video, thank you so much for watching it. At the time of this posting, I think it's going to get 70,000 views, which is absolutely mind-blowing to me, because I'm basically a nobody with a camera and a microphone. And the fact that 70,000 people watched this video is just really cool. But also, I mean, it's just a testament to how bad tech has gone. But anyways, I just want to say thank you to all the people that saw my first video. I really enjoyed the comments. I really liked seeing what you guys had to say and your thoughts and opinions and stories, and the people who reached out. I really liked that. So thank you so much. That was really cool. That really uplifted me when I wasn't, particularly feeling so well. And yeah, and aside from that, what do you think? Do you think what I'm doing is pretty dumb? Or if you were in my situation, what would you do? What would you pursue if you had the time, no financial obligation, et cetera, et cetera? I'd be interested to know what you guys think. And I'll end it with that. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Till next time.